Dearest family of the couple, marriage is itself a blessing, but doubly blessed is the couple with the approval and love of their family. Who approves of the marriage of this loving couple? Please say we do.
We do.
And dearest friends and honored guests, do you also approve of the marriage of this loving couple? If so, say it loud and proud, we do.
We do.
You may all be seated, thank you. Good afternoon, my name is Reverend Darren Millick, and it's my pleasure to be here with you today and those watching from home. We are gathered here not to witness the beginning of what will be, but rather what already is. We do not create this marriage because marriage is created in the hearts of two loving people. We can and do, however, gather to celebrate with Chris and Nicole the wondrous and joyful occurrence that's already taken place in their lives and the commitment they make today. Before we go any further, I have a question for both of you. Do you each come here to stay to give yourselves to one another in marriage? If so, please say, we do.
We do.
Maybe we can meet again further down the river. Chris and Nicole met in 2007 in their first year in residence at Carleton University. Nicole, in bandanas and dreadlocks, was studying social work and psychology. Chris, with a guitar on his back, heavy metal band t-shirts and shoulder-length hair, was studying philosophy and political science. Their paths crossed from time to time, particularly at social occasions, and despite Chris remembering speaking with Nicole at a friend's house party, Nicole does not. Nothing more than Facebook friends who would occasionally like each other's pro-Toronto Maple Leafs posts. Nicole went home to Newmarket, and Chris went home to Markham. Cupid's arrow not yet thrown. Meet me in outer space. We could spend the night, watch the earth come up. Grayson, our flower boy and son of maid of honor cousin Kayla, decided to give love a little push by coming into the world early enough in the day on July 22nd, 2017 to say hello to Nicole, so Nicole could still make it to her Incubus concert that night by herself. Chris was also set to see the same concert, but couldn't convince any of his groomsmen to go with him, as they had already seen them not too long ago. Which I think we can all agree is a terrible reason not to go see Incubus. I'll speak to them later. However, I guess this was their way of giving love a little push too, by sending Chris down all by himself, with no chance of outside interference, as he unknowingly headed straight back into Nicole's path, nearly 10 years since they met. On the platform of Union Station, like the lyrics of a song, Nicole recognized Chris and walked up to him to say, "Hi." Chris's cartoonishly wide eyes and awkward wave was likely the result of Nicole looking all dolled up, hoping to catch the eye of her one true love, the lead singer of Incubus. However, it was Chris's number that ended up in Nicole's cell phone that night. Cupid shoots his arrow. There's something about the look in your eyes, something I noticed when the light was just right. It reminded me twice that I was alive, and it reminded me that you're so worth the fight. Nicole, the nurturer, yogi, spiritual seeker, gardener, introvert. Chris, the guitarist, musician, live concert chaser, snowboarder, camper, chef. Nicole calls his cooking bougie. And Chris worries when she spins and flips around the house practicing her figure skating moves next to the stairs. But Nicole also calls Chris loyal, family-oriented, and a big old softie who thinks he's punk rock. Chris calls Nicole supportive, caring, and a person who possesses a lot of spiritual depth, who hates punk rock. On their first date, Nicole tried her best to play it cool, but she was feeling like Chris was her kind of people, and accidentally said, "So when you meet my brother," alluding to a much longer future than just a possible second date. Speaking of first, it was Chris who said, "I love you," via text. Apparently, he's your friend and family, right? Apparently, he couldn't resist saying so when he found out when she was listening to progressive metal band Meshuggah. And Nicole said, "No, you don't love me, you love Meshuggah." And I'm sure Chris thought, why can't I love both? Chris did prove his love, though, the first time he visited the Collard residence. Whether he knew he had cat allergies or not, he insisted he didn't when the Collard cat Kitty snuggled right up to him. All good cats know who are allergic to them. By the time they went home, one of his eyes was swollen shut and he couldn't breathe through his nose. If that isn't love, I don't know what is. Whatever tomorrow brings, I'll be there with open arms and open eyes. In Tobermory, Ontario, in the month of June, a question was about to be popped. Chris was so nervous that he took more than one intentional dips in absolutely freezing cold lake water. And after this ceremony, I'm going to join Chris and find one near here, I guess. Nicole did find this choice strange, along with Chris's unusually high amount of energy for their hike, but she had no idea what was about to happen. In a fragrant clearing, high on top of a stone cliff in the middle of the afternoon underneath the sun, Chris proposed. Not on one knee, but seated next to each other, like best friends and like soulmates who have known each other forever, who already know they belong to one another. I lean against the wind, pretend that I am weightless, and in this moment, I am happy. Marriage is compromise, sacrifice, empathy, the solid foundation of unconditional love, acceptance, and belonging, from which all dreams become possible. These are their own words. I have nothing more to add to that. I'm sure Nicole's Bubba, watching from home, would agree. And I know that Sister Shanti, Annie, Peter, and Albert D'Souza, Nicole's Judge, along with friend and mentor Wanda, are all smiling down with love on this amazing couple today and always. Chris, will you take Nicole to be your wife? Will you love and respect her? Will you be honest with her always? Will you stand by her through whatever may come? If so, please say, I will.
I will.
Nicole, will you take Chris to be your husband? Will you love and respect him? Will you be honest with him always? And will you stand by him through whatever may come? If so, please say, I will.
I will.
We have come to the point of your ceremony where you will say vows to one another. The couple have written their vows to each other. And Chris, would you like to read yours first, Nicole?
Sure. Nicole, you are the person I want to spend the rest of my life with. I love your kind heart and your ability to understand me like no one else can. When you simply look at me, I feel acknowledged, understood, and appreciated without a single word. You're kind and caring, and one smile from you lights up an entire room, and it brightens my entire day. I promise to love you and care for you, and I will try in every way to be worthy of your love. I will grow old with you and never stop growing with you. Through the good times and the bad times, I will always be your side. I will always be Nicole's husband.
I can tell by the way he holds the microphone, he's definitely a musician. Nicole, would you like to read your vows to Chris?
Chris, my darling, you are undeniable proof that the universe loves me. You continually are setting an example for me about how to love and how to respect your partner, how to laugh, how to have fun, and how to trust. Your eyes are kind, your smile is bright, your heart is so warm. Your love supports me in living my highest good. Even the challenges we've been through together have always seemed to bring us closer together, strengthening our bond, our respect, and our love for one another. Just look around and see all the love that we're capable of manifesting together. Darling, I am here. I see you. I promise to honor the person that you are and be by your side as we grow old and change in our own individual lives and together. I'm so honored that you will take me as your wife. I am excited to build a family with you. Our kids will be so lucky to have you as their dad. And I can hardly wait to see what magic we have yet to discover. My light to yours, darling, I love you.
Remember that love, which is rooted in faith, trust, and acceptance, will be the foundation of an abiding and deepening relationship. No other ties are more tender, no other vow is more sacred than those you now assume. Chris, please repeat after me.
I, Chris, take you, Nicole, to be my wife. I promise to be true to you in good times and in bad, in sickness and in health. I will love and honor you all the days of my life.
I, Nicole, take you, Chris, to be my wedded husband. I promise to be true to you in good times and in bad, in sickness and in health. I will love and honor you all the days of my life.
And we have the rings, please. The ring is an ancient symbol, so perfect and simple, it has no beginning, it has no end. It is round like the sun, like the moon, like the eye, like arms that embrace. It is a circle, for love that is given comes back round again. Your rings are precious because you wear them with love. They symbolize your commitment in marriage. They remind you of who you are, where you've been, and where you're going. Chris, will you place this ring on Nicole's finger? And while holding that ring, will you say to her,
Nicole, I give you this ring as a symbol of our vows. With this ring, I be wed.
It's the humidity. Nicole, will you place this ring on Chris's finger, and while holding that ring, will you say to him,
Chris, I give you this ring as a symbol of our vows. With this ring, I thee wed.
At this time, I'd like to ask the witnesses to join us for the signing of the registry.